Okay, let's see. Oh, fuck. All right, that happened. Welcome to the blind battle of the Russell Reserves. I'm your host Sam, and this is Whiskey and SV. All right, so tonight I have 4 Russell Reserves, and I'm going to be blind tasting them to see which one's better. So let's talk about them a little bit. Um, so the first one is an exciting one, and it's the one that better win because the secondary price on this one is way above its MSRP, and it's way more than all the other ones here. So the Russell Reserve 13, this one is batch JL, which is, I believe, batch 2. And batch 2 apparently was a little bit less than the rest. Well, the smallest, the youngest whiskey in here is supposed to be 13 years, although I've heard that it does have much older whiskey in there. So the story behind this is Russell Reserve for the longest time didn't have like 13-year or older whiskeys out there. And then in 2021, they decided to put out a 13-year, and the MSRP for that was $70. But it apparently was so good, and it started selling in secondary for like $400-500, so like way more than the MSRP. And then what happened was when Batch 2 came out, they upped the price to $100 MSRP, but this still sells in secondary for like 250 plus. Um, and yeah, I got lucky actually on this one. I only paid the MSRP, which is $100, because during the holiday season, KL Wines, one of the liquor store that I frequent at a lot, probably more than I should. They hide allocated bottles within the aisles, and I found this on the top shelf of the Scotch section, and I couldn't believe my eyes that I never get lucky with stuff like this, right? So yeah, so I was very happy to get this one. And yeah, batch 2 apparently was a much shorter run batch, and there's a batch 3 in the same year that's more popular, or I'm not sure to say popular. That's more. I think there was more of it produced. So this is batch JL, and then the other one is KE or something. I don't know. Anyways, you can look that stuff up. But I watched some reviews for this because I really wanted to know what people think about it. And people say that batch 1 is way better than this. I don't have batch 1 to compare, so I don't know. Anyways, that's the story behind that one. Next, we have um, the Russell Reserve single barrel, and this is a KL Wines pick. So, and the KL Wines pick for this, they named it the Wild One, and as you can see, it was from Warehouse K, Floor 4, distilled on 12/26/12, and dumped on 5/16/22, and bottled basically on 5/27/22. Yeah. So basically, the way these work is um, companies, they go to Russell Reserve and they get a barrel, and the KL Wines is known to have really good, people, spirits buyers that know their shit. So when you get a pick that's picked by them, there's a premium for it for sure. So I think I bought this one for $80, and it wasn't. I think it sells it for even more than that. If you for people try to sell this in secondary for like more like 120, 130. It's just because they think it's like going to be really good because it was picked by the KNL team. Um, yeah, so we'll get to it, but basically you can get a single barrel that's like just picked by the distillery and not necessarily by like someone that you really know, and those are more in the order of $60. So there's already like a $15 to $20 premium just buying the KL Wines pick, and they sell out within minutes. So you have to be like really quick on your mouse clicking skills, and just be lucky to get that. Third, we have another Russell Reserve single barrel pick from KL Wines. This one is called the Spicy One. And the Spicy One is Warehouse B, Floor 3, distilled on 10/30/13, and dumped on 5/13/22. So this one is slightly younger. I think it's like 9 years. Um, and yeah, last but not least, we have the Russell's Reserve single barrel that I got from Unwind Bottle Shop here in Mountain View. And yeah, this one is just a regular non-pick one. So the interesting thing is to note is that all of the single barrels, obviously they are single barrels, but they're not cast strength. They always proof them down to 55%. To I don't know why they do that, but I mean that's just like the thing they do. So regardless of what the proofing is on the single barrel, they add some water to proof it down to 55%. But the Russell Reserve 13 is, I believe, cast strength. I actually am not 100% sure about that, but I think it is. And it is bottled at 57.4%. So, the ABV difference isn't a whole lot between these. So I'm hoping that, by doing this blind, I won't be able to just tell by the proof, and hopefully I'll be able to tell by how good they are. So, okay. So, tonight we don't have Laylee because she decided that she doesn't want to do, whoops, the show tonight. Oh my god. All right, so that was a bad omen, but let's try that again. So tonight, okay, so all right, so tonight we don't have Laylee, so we'll try to use this spinner thing as Laylee. So yeah, let's just put these on, and I think I should probably do some shuffling first, like mess things up, and we'll just do a bunch of messy stuff. And yeah, I think I won't remember anything here, and I'll put them on here, and I'll just spin them, and I'll pick them, and I'll go from there. That should be easy. Okay, let's see. Oh, fuck. All right, that happened. All right, so we're back, and yeah, I did break one of my Glencairns, unfortunately, but everything is good. I cleaned up, so turned out it was the cheapest one, so I'm not too sad. I'm kind of sad about the Glencairn because those are not cheap, especially the black ones, and they're not universally usable. They're only used for this show, so it is what it is. Okay, so I think I need to be much more careful with this. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's get this spinning. Oh man, it doesn't spin anymore. I did drop this earlier as well, so maybe I have broken this as well. Let's see. No, I just put the battery in the wrong way. Okay. Wow, tonight's show is not going well. All right, let's see. Does this work now? Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right. Let me fix the camera. Okay. Right. Let's give this another try, shall we? All right. Let's see. Put these on in a way that's hopefully, definitely I'm not going to remember, but also be careful about not breaking them. Okay. So we'll get them spinning. And I'll just pick one on random, and I'll taste it and give you my notes. Okay. Let me bring this table up a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So let's do it. First one. Okay. Very bourbony on the nose. So caramel, vanilla. Obviously, I'm going to be saying that a lot. Caramel, vanilla, brown sugar, oak. I remember I tasted the 13 earlier tonight, and it had quite a lot of oak on it. So would I rule this out as the 13? No, I can't rule it out. Not on the nose. At the same time, um, they're very similar. They're all very similar. But this doesn't have the floral, fruity notes that I got in the 13, I think, and it doesn't have the oak on the nose as much. So, okay, so it's, I would say this is a bit spicy, actually. I get a little bit of that cinnamon kind of, a little bit going sour kind of note. So I don't think this is a 13. Pretty sure it's not. Hmm. Wow, that's quite spicy on the nose. It's on the palate. It's quite spicy. It's yeah. There's it's the usual syrupy kind of like arrival with brown sugar and vanilla and caramel. But then there's quite a lot of spices, and it's I got a little bit of fizziness going up through my nose. Let me try another one. Yeah, that time it wasn't as spicy. So I would say it's probably not the spicy one, and there's not a whole lot going on. So, well, I don't know. I mean, not that. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice bourbon, but it's just like I don't know. From a absolute perspective, I don't know where it stands. So let's see if we can at least from a relative perspective say. So I'm gonna temporarily put it next to the regular single barrel because I didn't think there's anything that stand out about it. So we'll go with this second one now. Okay, much more aromatic, a lot more fruity flavors. I think this is definitely preferable to that one. Let's put it that way. Still a lot of the same similar stuff though. Caramel, vanilla. It doesn't have the same sourness though, so maybe I prefer that. Okay, let's see on the palate. A lot more oak. Honestly, this could be the 13. Um, there is a lot of like these oak tannins and bitters that come out that really complement those sweet tastes. I wouldn't say it's particularly spicy, but it definitely has some spice. And the aftermath is the spices and the oak bitters kind of like lingering. So I would probably say this is a 13 so far. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's put it next to the 13 for now. Let's go to the next one. Oh, wow. This is also very good. Same sort of like floral and fruity, notes that complement the usual bourbon notes. Hmm. Hmm. This is also kind of oaky, to be honest. Um, can I say it was definitely better than the second one? It's definitely better than the first one, I think. But is it definitely better than the second one? Not really. No. It's let me try it again. It's quite a bit of spice to this one as well. This could be the spicy one, maybe. Yeah, let's put it next to the spicy one. Which is the spicy one? This was the spicy one. Okay, finally, let's see. Hmm, very similar to that one. Definitely nothing that like really stands out, but I would say it's probably more close to the second one than to that one. So I do get some earthy notes in this, but this isn't the earthy one. I think KL Wines had three barrels that they picked. One was the spicy one was the wild one, and then they had an earthy one. So let's see. I don't know the wild one and the spicy one to know the difference, but I think this is close enough to the spicy one that I'm just gonna put this next to this. So to recap, I think this was the best one, both on the nose and because of the oaks, the oaky flavors. I think just the nose was also just much more special. Yeah, there's a lot of fruity stuff in here that's not necessarily in the other ones. This one was the least eventful, I think. Although, going back to it, hmm, there's there's very little between all of these, to be honest. I think this one stands out the most um, as being different. I don't know if it's the 13, but they're all quite similar, and I probably blew my palate now by just doing too many too quickly. Anyways, those are the ratings. Excuse me. Those are the ratings. So we don't have Laylee to do the um, the reveal, so I'll do it myself. Let's see. The first one is number one. Yes, I got it right. So the Russell Reserve 13, I got right. Good. At least I got that one right. Okay. Number two is actually number four. Interesting. So this is actually this. See? Maybe not so bad to get whatever the non-pick is. Okay, so which one is this? This one is number two. So I swapped these two around. I mistook these two. Okay, and so this means this has to be number three, which it is. So yeah, so I mean I got two out of yeah, 2 out of 4, and honestly I think these three it was kind of random guess. I think they're close enough that it's going to be very hard for you to pick one. It's going to be really a matter of preference. I think the Russell Reserve 13 for sure is a bit more unique on the nose and the palate because of all the oak tannins that you don't get in all the other ones. So is it worth 250 plus? Definitely not. Um, I'm very curious to know what the first one tasted like because people just rant and rave about that all the time. But I think I would never pay, 400 or 500 bucks for something like this. I think this is a nice bottle at $100. Maybe I would go up to 120, 130, maybe 150 all in. That would be about my max. Honestly, having tried it, I would probably pay if hadn't tried it and I really wanted to try it. I would be willing to pay 150 for a bottle, but I just don't think. Uh, Honestly, I don't think not any, but many whiskeys are not worth like the price they ask. I think the MSRP on this makes sense for $100. Great pour, just you're getting something definitely different than the rest. Um, so I would not mind paying that. Um, I the picks, I think they are going to be hit and miss. You better really like know the palate of the person that's picking. You can't just say like kale wines, people will pick the best ones. The thing is, it just depends on your palate. Maybe you don't like the stuff that they pick. It's just in the end of the day, they are going to be, you know, they're going to actually. It might actually be worse to get a pick, to be honest, because when a pick happens, I understand the way it works is like especially for more for distilleries that are like very well known, they'll just give you like a three different barrels and they say, hey, pick one. So you don't want to turn them down because if you turn them down, then you won't get another pick ever. So you get a small number of barrels and you have to pick from them. And sure, maybe you get lucky and one of them is really great, but if they're all mediocre, you're still gonna pick the best one from the mediocre ones. But the distillery, the non picks, right? I think actually there's a chance that they might be better because the master distiller will presumably pick those, and he has the whole warehouse to pick from. So I don't know if that's really true or not, but I think it's worth doing some research there. And if you know, please leave a comment and let me know because I'm really curious to know. Like, you know, I'm frankly a little bit disappointed that I paid more for these, and they're just I can't tell the difference. But maybe that's just me. So, anyways, I'm ranting and raving too much now. So yeah, I'm gonna go edit this and go to bed. Have a good night, and if you're watching during the day, have a good day. See you next time.